Like it may have been one of those things where like he was just so focused on offense that at times he let his guard down, to let his defense slip, and it didn't allow him to really have as much offense in the end.
Definitely.
You know,
They were playing in the corner, and even when he was in a good position, he opted to continue like the personal up close pressure, then escape to the middle of the stage and just say, "This is all mine now."
yeah, you know, sometimes stage positioning is a bigger win than just percent. Speaking of big wins, LK going up against PGFX Wobbles. Peach versus what is most likely Ice Climbers, but with Wobbles, you honestly can never tell.
I saw him play Ices earlier, so I don't know.
And while a lot of people would see this as the Ice Climbers' worst matchup, Wobbles, for some reason, makes it work against most Peach mates.
Not Armada.
Well, no one makes it work against Armada.
Yeah.
He's God. He's God. But don't let any of that fool you. LK in his own right is a very good player. While not necessarily a regular in these parts, we do see him a lot at regionals. Very fierce in Peach main.
Oh. So Wobbles tried to go out and back air Peach's Parasol, but ended up losing Nana in the process. But luckily he did catch the up smash, as Peach will die really quickly off the top.
Item catches, just mitigating the turnip game off the gate. It just seems tough for LK from the word go, really.
Good air dodge to get back on, and down smashes immediately to get her off.
Almost getting in that Sopo practice right now.
He gets a lot of Sopo practice.
He really
to be
does.
honest. Well, that's his motto, right? Is if you're a bad Sopo, you're a bad Ice Climbers.
Yeah, it goes back to that whole I guess that whole catchphrase of how you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Ooh, tricky movement, getting the grab, and all right. I don't know if he's going for the spike or up, because spike would send down and most likely kill, but hitting up at that high would have, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know what he's going for. Gets the entire stock on Peach using only Sopo, by the way.
That's insane. That's insane. He caught LK trying to approach with a low float aerial, and the nature of that hammer just makes it a really nice anti-air option. It's one of the few things that the Ices actually do have in this matchup.
So one thing about the Ice Climber Peach matchup is Peaches are able to float just above and in front of them, and they don't have a good move that catches like at a 45-degree angle above them and in front of them like Marth does. So once Peach is just sort of floating there, they have to either back off, give up space, or try to challenge it in some way, and that's what makes Peach so good against them.
And do you feel like we're seeing that really from LK?
No, I feel like LK's not trying to approach from that bad angle. He's either trying to just stick to the grounded and try to catch him out with weird crouch cancels, or just try to throw items in to approach.
Like we said before, Wobbles, his item catches early on have been so fearsome. It's shutting out a lot of these approach options that LK is so used to. He needs to start approaching this as if it's not a spacey, right? Because it really does feel like he's approaching it from a spacey standpoint. Taking the stock though, the adaptation coming into play from LK.
I like how Wobbles walks up and Peach gives up the entire stage. Like, yeah, he was invincible, but he walked slowly and Peach went to the ledge.
That's the threat of a top player. They don't even need to push a button at times to really make you scared.
All right, good down smash to separate them, but they don't stay separated for too long. Oh! All right.
Don't see the forward smash come out from Peach as often, but it was enough to seal Nana's fate. Now let's see if LK can take out Wobbles' Sopo. The Sopo did take an entire stock on its own, so it's still a fearsome threat, but LK manages to even things up. Now it's a one-on-one situation, or should I say two-on-one, since Nana's back in play.
Oh, he's starting to do it. He's starting to get right up in front of them and challenge the space, but he pulls out a super laggy move and whiffs it completely.
Yeah,
Here comes the handoffs.
Oh man, he's been going for those down smashes way too many times. Wobbles unable to execute on the full punish. A second shot now for LK. That may have even been a Nana bait, because he put Nana in such a vulnerable spot where he was probably thinking, okay, LK is going to be going for a down smash. It's been his go-to option. And Sopo is in a position where he's so far away that he can avoid it entirely, then come in. It's too low. It's such a low percent that Nana is still okay enough to get back just in time after the pummel so they can get the double up smash. Crazy.
So, pretty good game by Wobbles, and I want to see Peach be a little bit more adaptive, because as you saw, his go-to option was the panic down smash, as most Peaches tend to do. Oh, back to FD.
Yeah, where were you expecting?
I was expecting, what was it? Fountain of Dreams. I was expecting Wobbles to ban Dreamland, and then for LK to go Fountain of Dreams, and I looked away.
Yeah.
What happened to Wobbles' stock?
He, you know, sometimes you play for the win, and sometimes you play for the upvotes, and I think that Wobbles was playing for the latter rather than the former in the opening of this game.
I mean, if we see from last game, he did win by 1 stock, so that might be a bad decision, but he tied it up really quickly.
Ready to turn it up when he needs to.
Oh my god. I think Wobbles just developed the item game just because of Peach. Like, he's been catching those pretty well.
I'd say for every one turnip that LK connects onto Wobbles, he catches 2 of them.
Oh my, did you see that
Yeah,
deck?
that was absurd. That was absolutely absurd.
Alright, so one thing about ice climbers is grabbing the ice climbers themselves. Oh, it's generally a bad idea when they're together, because then Nana can just jab you and then your grab is gone. But if they're separated at all, it's really good. Like, even if Nana's walking back and Peach can forward throw and slap Nana away as long as with Sopo as well. Like, so if they're ever together and synced up, don't grab. But if they're separated, grabs are good. All right.
Very helpful note for LK, to say the least. Again, going with these low approaches, and I think that a lot of that does have to deal with the fact that Wobbles is at such a high percent. He wants the quickest aerial possible.
One thing I haven't seen LK edge guard Wobbles too well.
You're absolutely right. Oh, I have seen Wobbles edge guard himself pretty well, though.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it evens the playing field.
And a lot of that does just deal with how slippery of a player Wobbles is. You know, I mean, he takes a character who has a fairly limited tool set and somehow builds Noah's Ark with it.
Yeah.
And then some.
Like, his side B is like, oh, you can edge guard that easy. It's like, why am I getting hit by the hand? Oh, he's back on. I got it down smash. I'm done. Like, sometimes he's so slippery but so quick with converting from one thing to another. Like, he has no. What is it whenever you're like, the frames where you're not doing anything? What's that called?
When you're
when you're like standing still or not pressing a button. Like, people try to eliminate them. I forget what they're called. It's whatever. But, yeah, Wobble's actually down right now.
Surprisingly enough, a lot of this does deal with LK's ability to separate the climbers consistently. One of those great attributes that Peach really has.
Definitely.
Wobbles coming back into the fray. That up smash will even things up yet again, so it's another last stock scenario on Final Destination.
Oh my gosh. All right, Wobble's trying. I don't know what. They've like traded approaching and dodge, and then eventually one of them goes in and hits. All right, Nana's separated, so Wobbles can't do too much off this throw, but.
Heartbreaker for LK that Nana didn't actually die. I mean, she's been so close to just tumbling down to the blast zone. That time, oh man, I don't think she can make it back from here.
Yeah, unfortunate. One thing about Nana's percent, like it's invisible, right? But the higher her percent, the higher her CPU level is when she's separated from Popo.
The more you know. LK, he's down in percents, but he has such a huge advantage now that Nana is out of the picture. But Wobbles, he was able to take a stock once, and he's able to do it again with just Popo. Clean play at the end there. I think it stemmed down to him not trying to go after potentially saving Nana and guaranteeing stage control after the separation happened. Like, he made like this split-second decision where you see him run towards the right side, and instead he just wave dashes back to center because in his mind he was just like, there is a small chance I can save her here. And even if I do, I'll still be in the corner.
Definitely. That's always a problem with Ice Climbers. You never know if you need to save Nana and put yourself in a bad position.